What's going on, everybody? I'm that driving guy, and my office gets me where I'm going. On this video, we're going to be talking about some things that you should know before you start to Doordash. If this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, and hit all. That way you're notified every time I drop a video. I'm going to get right into it. So, these are some tips and tricks and things that you should prepare for and know before you start Doordash. And it also can help some of you who've been dashing for a while as well, kind of change your approach that you're taking towards Doordash. So the first thing is you have to understand about your vehicle. It is an asset if you make it an asset, or it can be a big expense, a very big expense. So you have to prepare for this type of thing. First and foremost, you want to make sure that you always maintain anything that affects the safety or the efficiency of your vehicle. And understand that you're going to be maintaining these things a lot more often than you would if you were just driving your car normally for personal use. So keep that in mind. You have to worry about things like tires. You have to worry about the oil changes and/or tune-ups. Safety things like your windshield wipers and making sure all the lights are working properly. You have to always stay on top of those things, because any of those things can hinder you from going out to get some money. In addition to that, you also have to make sure that you maintain your driver's license, your registration, and also your insurance. If you decide to do this full time, you can check in with your insurance company and see if they have some type of commercial insurance. I believe Doordash also has some form of insurance, commercial insurance, but you can also research that and look that up before you get started so that you'll already have it in place should you ever need it. Hopefully not, but if you did, you already have that insurance in place. So you want to understand your vehicle. You want to turn it into an asset. You want to make a plan. You want to make sure that you're going out here and you're being as efficient as possible, and you're doing the best that you can to make the most money and hopefully the shortest amount of time, and with the least amount of wear and tear to your vehicle. Because after all, you're still going to be using this vehicle for your personal use. So you really want to make sure that you're maintaining it, because it's going to put all of those additional miles on your car. So make sure you pay attention to that before you even get started. The second thing, which is very important to do before you even think about doing Doordash, is know your market. You want to know your area before you even think about getting into this gig work, because I see it in a lot of groups. A lot of people talk about how where they live, they don't get a lot of high quality orders, and a lot of them are low ball orders, so they're forced to accept those types of orders. You need to know your market before you start Doordash. Order Doordash as a customer and find out what restaurants are the most popular in that area, so that you'll know which ones to scout out and see how busy they are, if they have a place for delivery drivers to pick up. All of these things matter, because the second thing is treating it as if it is a business and not a job. That's the second thing that you should know, and the second approach that you should take. A lot of people don't take that approach, and they still have the job mentality, so they treat it like a job and they expect job things. And therefore, when certain things happen or things don't go as smooth as they want them to, or that they expect them to, they're disappointed or they're frustrated, and they're in the groups complaining about it. So you want to prepare yourself mentally before you get into it, and understand that this is your business. It is not a 9-to-5. It is not a job. You work with Doordash, not for them. So you need to understand that. However you run your hustle, however you run your business, however you do it, it's on you. But you want to make sure that there's a space for you there. You want to make sure that it's going to be worth your while before you get started, because you don't want to start and then find out that, Doordash is just not it in your area, and it might be another type of gig work that you can do instead. But you want to prepare for that, and you want to have that business mentality so that you can understand that every order is not going to go smooth. Every day is not going to be the same. Some days are going to be slower than others. And that, for that reason, is the reason why I don't frustrate myself with setting an hourly pay, because I found that when I try to do an hourly pay, sometimes days are slower. So I'm either going to have to take a lot more lower orders that I normally wouldn't take, or maybe go places that I normally would not go. This is my business. I control what goes on in my business, how much I make. So what I do is I set daily, weekly, and monthly goals. You start with how much you want to make that month, and then you break it down to how much you need to make for the week, and then how much you need to make each day in order to get to that goal and achieve that goal. Make a plan, set your schedule. These are all things that you need to do so that you're looking at it more as a business rather than a job. It's going to eliminate a lot of the frustration that a lot of you have. This thing that you should pay attention to or be aware of before you start to do DoorDash. We are not waiters or waitresses. You should not be doing this for tips. This is a business, as I just mentioned, so you want to treat it as a business. You do not want to go out there and expect customers to tip, because some are, or some will, and some won't. But that should not be what your focus is. Me, it doesn't matter how much DoorDash pays or whether a customer tips or not. The only thing that I'm concerned with is the amount that shows up on that screen before I have the option to accept or decline the order. If the amount that shows up on that screen is the amount that is going to help me reach my goal, then I'll accept it. If not, then I'll decline it. And that's something that a lot of people complain about in the groups, is customers not tipping. So a good rule of thumb is this: whatever the amount is that you see on the screen that you accept the order for, that's the only amount that you should expect to receive after you complete the delivery. That's going to save you a lot of frustration. Don't think about any tips. Matter of fact, in your mind, you should say no one tips. That's what you should be thinking. I'm not even thinking about tips, because if I receive a tip, then it's great because I was not expecting it. I'm only concerned, I only plan my bills, my budget on the amount that I accept the order for. So that's a great mentality to have and a great focus. Do not focus it on tips. Focus it on what you are guaranteed to receive, because the amount that you accept it for, you know you're going to get that no matter what, unless the customer cancels, and then you get the guaranteed $4. But it doesn't happen that often where a customer cancels. So only accept an order if it is an order that you want to receive. If the amount of money that you receive there is the amount of money that you want, then accept the order. Otherwise, don't accept it, because as I said, this is a business and it has ups and downs. Until you learn your area, your market, and that's why it's good to prepare for that ahead of time. Until you learn that, you're going to make mistakes. A lot of us who've been dashing for a while have made the same mistakes. Everyone has made the same mistakes, and it's a learning experience. You must learn from it, take it, and then going forward say, okay, well, no, I know that if I do this, these are the results because I've done it before and I know. So you want to prepare for that, and you want to understand all the ups and downs. And if you accept something like a grocery order, you should expect to receive anything that a grocery store has, even if it's a 7-Eleven or any type of store like that. Whatever they sell, that's what you should expect to have to pick up and deliver. That's just bottom line. And if you understand that, it's going to cost you a lot less headaches, a lot less frustration. So if this video benefits you, if you got some value from it, give me a thumbs up. If you like it, go ahead and like it. If you have any tips that you can pass along that will help someone else as well, or if you're not feeling it, tell me why. Drop it in the comments. Also, check out some of my other videos and get some tips about choosing the best DoorDash orders and how to keep a high rating as well. I appreciate you all as always, and until next time, I'm a holler.